leading the industry. So for the impact driver, the next generation, that means 1,800 inch-pounds of torque, which is industry leading. Allows you to do the most broadest applications with the most power. And then the impact wrenches, industry leading as well, 220 foot-pounds of torque to do even the large industrial bolting that you see over here, and you'll be able to try yourself. So industry leading power. The other thing that Fuel has come to be is the most efficient. When we originally launched it, it was runtime, and we're going to continue on that today. So with the impact driver, the next generation, it actually is more efficient in application speed. 20% faster when you're actually putting that lag bolt into wood than the prior version, and you're able to see it. So more efficient and more work getting done by users. With the compact impact wrench, it's more efficient in the mechanism and the motor. We redesigned it so you're actually getting 25% more runtime in really heavy duty applications. And then the last piece is tool control. The original Fuel line was launched with a 3-mode drive control, and what we'll introduce today with this next generation is a 4-mode drive control that has settings 1, 2, and 3 that you're used to from before. But in the impact driver, we've added a self-tapping screw mode, which we'll demonstrate here in a few minutes. And then on the compact wrenches, we've added a auto shut-off mode, which will impact for 1 second and then shut off on its own to reduce over-fastening and over-tightening, and it's really effective in some key applications that we're targeting. Any questions with that?
225 foot-pounds?
220 foot-pounds on the half-inch wrench, and then the 3/8 wrench, it's 210 foot-pounds. And 1,800 inch-pounds for the driver. So how did we get there, right? It was really the concept behind it was a total redesign, as Cole explained with the drill. What I have here is the first generation of impact driver, Fuel, and then the next generation. I want to point out a couple key differences in how we're getting more power and a more efficient operation. So the first thing is the motor. What do you guys notice about the motor?
Shorter.
It's shorter. What do you would think shorter or smaller motor means not as much power, less power, right? Not with Fuel, right? It's not about just a brushless motor, but how the whole package works together. It's not just power state brushless or brushless this or that. It's how the motor works with the electronics in delivering the power as well as the mechanism. So even though we have a smaller motor, which benefit is a more compact design, we're delivering 20% more power because the electronics package that we put in there. So you can see the difference. The second very noticeable difference is the electronics themselves. In the first generation, you see the main board is right under the motor, which added a little bit more girth to the tool, top to bottom. We don't have that here in this next generation, so you'll see, I'll let you hold it in a minute, much more ergonomic design, better fit in your hand. And then what we did is we took this big board and we really shrunk it down and put more power density into it so it actually fits in the handle. So those upgraded electronics are now covered with a potting material to protect against water, dust, any kind of dirt. So upgraded electronics, new motor with higher grade magnets, you get more power output. Not only did we redesign the motor and the electronics, but we also redesigned the actual impacting mechanism. So this is the first generation of Fuel. You can see it's a flat-on-flat design, flat lugs and flat impacting surface. The new design is what you call involute. So it actually has more surface area that the lugs actually contact with, providing greater durability and more efficient power transfer that ties into the story. I'll let you guys hold those and pass them around.
I'm sorry, which one is which here?
So the old version is straight.
Okay.
The new version is involute. And I'll pass around the handles here as well.
And this is from which particular tool?
This is the impact driver.
The driver, okay.
So while you guys are looking at that, the story on the impact wrenches is very similar. So you can see similar placement of the board. The redesign of the electronics puts the chip into the handles. We also redesigned the mechanism on the impact wrenches as well. So again, you have a flat-on-flat design going to an involute design.
What does the involute do?
So provides two key benefits. One is greater durability, and two is it's got a larger surface area that the impacting mechanism actually hits on, so
'Cause it's
more
curved,
efficient power transfer. Yeah.
You made it longer in the same space.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So to tie it back all together, all those components led to the most power in the industry for drivers and wrenches. You've got the best battery out there now. All the kits will come with a 5 amp hour battery or a 2 amp hour battery, depending on if it's the larger or smaller kits. So you have the most runtime in the market. And you're also going to have the best electronics, which really ties the system all together and gives you the most control. What questions do you guys have? Awesome. Let's